model ready and talk to you about Bell Howell. Bell Howell is a company that's been around for over 100 years. This is Scott Heim, one of our home and personal care specialists. Good to have you here, sir.
So good to see you. Thanks for
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend.
Nice to see you. And we're excited because this is going to help you remove unwanted hair for both men and women. Hairline, face, sideburns, back hair, chest hair, little manscaping, whatever you're doing, and this is rechargeable.
It is. So if we could start with the problem, and then we'll show you how Bell Howell has solved it. So, ladies, you know this is what really happens. If we're able to come in here, men, we're baboons, we're messy, we know it, right? But here's what happens. You get a trimmer like this, okay? And this is a very nice trimmer I received as a gift. Very expensive, very well made. But it's got a cord, okay? And then it's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 different setting or attachments to choose from. And then when you look at the sink here, you can see if we're able to come in, all the hair that ends up everywhere, right? So ladies, how many times have you come home to this and you've been furious with your husbands or the guy in your life or whatever it is because we made a mess? Well, instead of having all of this nonsense, how about we just do this from Bell Howell? It is unlike anything I've ever seen. It is called the Vacutrim. So you take all of this trimming capability and it is cordless, but then most importantly is right in here is a little vacuum that sucks up the hair as you cut it. So it stores it on board in this little container. I'll show you here in a second. Then you empty it out and you are good to go.
What's really great about this is that you can dial the height of the blades, so it's really going to be, enable you to do things in a very exact and precise way. Because when we are trimming or doing some things like our model is tonight, Mike, you want to make sure that you're doing this very carefully and you're not cutting away too much hair, right?
That's exactly right. And that's what I love about the dial, is that it allows you to adjust. And there are 2 different heads. So instead of 10, 12, 14 attachments, there's only 2. It's a 0 to 10 and an 11 to 20 in cutting terms. So it adjusts the height of the guard and then allows you to really detailed do whatever you need to do. You know what I've actually found it to be best for is eyebrows. My eyebrows just get bushy because I'm 50 now and I have more hair where I never had it before, less hair where I actually want it. So now I can trim my eyebrows or do like what Mike is doing with his sideburns, detailed trimming. But what you'll notice, and I'll show you in a second, is it is sucking up the hair as it goes. So you can do your ears, you could do around your nose, you could do your eyebrows, you could do your arms, your hands, whatever you need to do. You don't just have to have a beard, you can have any hair anywhere and this will trim it.
I mean, think about you're neatening up your beard, you're shaving, or you're trimming chest hair. Maybe you're having someone trim your hairline for you because you're between haircuts. Maybe you are someone that is wanting to make sure that you're always well groomed. This is going to be a perfect way to do it. And no more hair on the sink because this is called the Vacutrim. It's going to vacuum at the same time that it cuts.
That's the key. So if we're able to come in, I'll show you real quick here. This is how the dial works. So there's a dial here I'm twisting, and then I'll use it on myself, but it goes up and down for whatever height you want it to be. So now, for example, I know for my eyebrows, it was a 5. So I turn it on, and then I can go right here along my eyebrows, all right? And I'm not worried about it whatsoever. And now you won't see much of a difference at home because I do this every few days. So you're not gonna see much of a difference, but I know at 5, they're trimmed exactly how I want them to be trimmed. Now, here's the key. I did it a little bit earlier today. Also, the thing I love is when the recharging tells you exactly the percentage of charge that's left. So in this case,
like a gas gauge.
Exactly right. It's 91%. So it's not like 2 dots, 1 dot. Tells you exactly how much it is. But then when you're done, just turn this dial up a little bit, and I'm going to take off this lid here. And watch what happens here. I dump it out. Look at all that. That's where the actual hair trimmings themselves went, is right there because it vacuumed them up. So
and they're not all over the sink, they're not all over the floor, they're not on the bath mat. This is going to be a game changer for everybody that is looking to do a little trimming, both for men and women. It's important to know this is going to be important. And Jane Tracy has a very short haircut.
So
how do they achieve that?
I went kind of fun and exciting a couple months ago. Thank you, Susan. And I was inspired by a woman that got her hair cut really, really short, not just both on the side, but in the back. I want to keep it that way, but unfortunately, it grows faster. This is what she uses, a professional tool to cut my hair right there. The first time she did it, we both were like, yikes, but I was like, let's go for it. So I want you to think, if you're a woman with short hair, If you like this look, which is so in right now, think about this for you too, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
And
I love
because it vacuums it up. And I appreciate that, Jane, because I don't want to say it's just guys. I beat on us guys. But, you know, even here you can see, if I spread this out, I just want to show you real quick how it vacuums some of this up. And this is not what it's meant to do, but what you'll see is the vacuum is right here. And so see how it jumps in there? That's what that vacuum is doing. Now again, this isn't the way it's meant to be used, but you're seeing how the hair gets vacuumed up.
So as it's trimming, it's vacuuming the hair, and
That's
it's
exactly
called
right.
Vacutrim. Not hard to understand, because what's happening as you trim those sideburns, those bushy eyebrows, whatever the case may be, hairline, back hair, chest hair, whatever you're trying to do, this is going to be the game changer you're after. You want to neaten up between haircuts? That's something that most of us don't do. And if you try to use your razor, not going to give you the same kind of close cut. What do you have, Jane?
Question, will it work on beards? Like if you have a beard and you just want to trim the beard?
It absolutely is a beard trimmer. I have a baby face. I couldn't grow a beard on a bet. But absolutely, here's Mike again. He's got sideburns. He's got a little bit of growth there, and you can see him. So that's that adjustable height, Jane. That's such a great question. You dial in, and the nice thing is you don't have to remember what your attachment number is. So on the one I showed you before, maybe I'm a 7, I'm a 13, I forget what it is. You just have the dial here that allows you to dial up the height of the cut. You could do fine trimming, you could do grooming, manscaping, like you said, anything you need to do.
Exactly. And if you are someone that is always needing to be well-groomed and present your best self, this is the best way to do it, and you're not going to make a mess in the process. Many of us have unwanted or just need to tighten up a little bit or trim a little bit. This is going to vacuum as it cuts. Look at that. It just sucks up everything that it's cutting. This is an extraordinary tool. Don't miss out on it. It's not from a brand you never heard of. Bell & Howell's been around for over 100 years, and it's rechargeable. You're never going to buy a battery for this, and you're not going to be tethered to the wall.
Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy. Always nice to see you. All right, let's check in with Jane Tracy now, who has Skechers.
Well, if you were watching when we had the cute little muckluck socks, you probably noticed